Hey, welcome to another episode in Adventures in Old Code. We're going to try and finish Stock Simulator 3.0. This is an unprecedented third part of an episode. I suspect as we get into larger and larger programs, we will have more and more dual episode or multi-episodes, multi-part yet, but we still have lots of little programs to get through. But there are some massive ones coming up. All right. Okay, we had just finished the game loop. Okay, so this is, we looped until the stocks were changing, we hit escape. Now what happens? Well, now we calculate the cash. And again, this will be exactly like previous versions, just a few for loops to take advantage of the arrays. Calculating the cash that you get from the shares and the stock position. So all of these are arrays, and they're being all kept in sync here. Okay, we're not going to take cash away from you. So if the position of the stock is less than 0, then cash is equal to 0. That was in previous versions. Okay, and we show the message. This really optimistic message that goes into the billions. Okay, cash you made from each stock gets added to your money, and then you're given 4 choices: sell, change speed, save, or quit. And we loop until you hit one of them. Okay. And that's it. We exit the program. That goes into A, the A variable, which is shared globally. Okay, so if we change speed, if we decided to change speed, we're going to go back into speed, ask for another number, and then we're going to go back to calculate cash. And it will do this whole thing over again. But it's a computer, so it does it fast, displays everything. So it's just going to keep going back to this screen as long as you keep changing your speed. If you decide to save, on the other hand, we're going to clear the screen and go to the saver. What happens when we do that? Well, we're going to try and list the saved sessions again using this list command. But it doesn't work, so we get this illegal command for dot from DOSBox. Thanks a lot, DOSBox. And then we're going to input our username. So because, again, we're building out the path, the path to the file in the same way as before, using the username that was entered. And then we're opening up that file for output. And because we're opening it for output instead of append, we're just completely overwriting the file if it exists, or we're making a brand new file if it doesn't exist. And in the same way, we have to be sure to save the variables in the same order that we load them. Otherwise, we're going to get funky values when we load up our game. So this saves all your money, cash, goal, and speed, and the position of each stock. Now we don't have to save the position of the stocks that you've chosen, because you're only allowed to save after you've decided to sell all your stocks. So whenever you save, you're always in the state where you next will have to choose 3 more stocks. So that's nice. That simplifies things. After we save, we're going to give the 4 options yet again and loop until we hit one of them. Okay. That's not the greatest, because we have this line duplicated in 2 different places, but whatever. And we keep doing this. Save, ask for a new option, save, ask for a new option. And this is a loop while command. So this is, it's analogous to the do loop until, except the condition changes. So while you have chosen A, keep doing it. This could very well have, no, see, I could have said loop until A is not equal to A, because I keep looping until one of the four are entered. So I could have done this. Yeah, I could have done this, but it's the same exact thing as that. Programmer's choice. This is not the case for a while when loop, when the while condition is up top. That is slightly different, which we've talked about, because that does the condition check first. So the minimum number of times that loop will run is 0, whereas a do loop, the minimum number of times it will run is 1, because it does the condition check afterwards. Anyway, then we keep looping this whole thing, which started way up here at the very beginning, picking our stocks. We loop it until we've decided to quit or our money was greater than our cash goal. If our money was greater than our cash goal, then say win. Oh, look at this. I didn't update this win message. Ooh, I'm very happy for you. Make sure to send me $500. It's $750 now, if I'm not mistaken. So that's an old message. Otherwise, go to lose. Yes, I found you in the list of stupid idiots. That is from previous version. Okay, and then we're going to do our high score list. And this is something brand new. All right, we're going to clear the screen. Enter your name and I will insert it where you deserve it. And then we're going to input UN. Oh, username. Okay, username. High score of 11 is money. High name of 11 is your name that you just inputted. So high score and high name are two arrays. What are their sizes? Here we go. So there's only 11 of them. Okay. There are only 11 spots for names. Regardless of what you've done and how much money you have, your name and your money becomes the 11th name on that list. Then I open up the high score file for input, and oh, okay, so there are only 10 spots. Did we open up this file in the last part? High score. Sure. Okay. No, I don't recognize this. So this is simply a file. It's the name followed by the number of the amount of money they have, and it just keeps going down. And there's my real Joey at $150.54. That's all this file is. So it's 20 lines, name, cash, name, cash, name, cash. That is how that's the format of it. So when I come here, not too hard to go there. Okay. I'm opening it and I'm inputting the name and the score of each player. Okay. Now I'm the 11th name, but I've loaded 10 names from a file. Okay. Now this is how sweet. We have to put me, the user entered input here. We have to put you in the right position. So this is called a bubble sort. This is the first kind of sort that you learn in computer science. It's an inefficient sort, but with only 10 or 11 elements, it's not that bad. So why is it called the bubble sort? what you do is it's analogous to if you pour a bottle of pop into a glass, you see all the bubbles. So the idea is that the part of the pop that is not bubbled is the part of the list that's already sorted. And then the bubbles slowly disappear to the top. That's how this algorithm works. It takes the lowest, so in this case, we're going to, the highest player is going to be on top. So we want to move all the lowest players all the way down. So what we do is we make a whole bunch of passes through the list. And this is how this works. So first you pass through and you keep swapping. So this is two nested loops. Sorry, I'm not explaining this very well. This is two nested loops. If the high score of the one you're looking at is less than the next person, right, then you're going to swap them. So we're going to make 11 passes. For each pass, we're going to take the second element all the way to the end. If the previous one was less than the current one, then we're going to swap them. And we move to the next. So then we look at the next one and we swap these pairs. And after we make one pass, doesn't matter what the order of the elements were in, we've looked at every pair and we've swapped if the first one was smaller than the second. The thing we're guaranteed after one pass is that the very smallest element is at the end. And that's why we're doing this 11 times. Because the next pass through the list, we're guaranteed that the second smallest value is at the second end. The second last element is at the second last place. Oh my goodness. Look it up. I'm sure someone does a much better job. YouTube bubble sort. Okay, and this swap command is exactly what you think it is. It just swaps the values. Swap A, B. A is now what B was, and B is now what A was. So, whoops, I'm swapping the high score and the high name. So that at the very end, high name 1 is the name of the highest player. High name 2 is the name of the second, blah, 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 blah. Now the list was already mostly sorted. It's just you at the end that we had to figure out where to put you. So there was a much more efficient way I could have sorted this, but with only 10 or 11 elements, it's negligible. We could have done an insertion sort, but whatever. Okay, greatest stock simulator players. Then we print a truncated version of their name if we have to, followed by the amount of money they have. Whoops. That's high name and high score. We'll do that 10 times. Ask for key press. And then when we press a key, we're going to open up the same data file and just dump all the 10 names. So at this point, there's an 11th name that was the lowest. He's going to get lost. So if it was you that you just played, your data won't be saved. If you kicked out someone else, then they're gone. Okay, spacebar to quit, or R to reset high scores. If you want to reset, the high score, then I just put in this default information. Put in all the names, and then here we go. High score equals 1,000 divided by x. So divided by 1, divided by 2, divided by 3. And we dump that into highscore.dat. In the same way that we load that file, we must save it. And then what? Okay, then we print it again. Because we probably cleared the screen. Oh yeah, we cleared this. Okay, no, that's fine. We clear the screen, reset everything, and then print all the names. Okay, awesome. That's it. That is it. And that's Stock Simulator 3.0. So let's run it and see what we can do. All right. New game, new speed for stocks to change. Higher number, the slower. We'll just do 1. I want to play to 1,000. Let me do my standard 126. Okay, let's do this. Oh, my $33 in cigarettes made $87. Let's sell. This time I'm going to get into submachine guns and beer. I like to go for the low ones because they have the, I mean, it's riskier. Okay, we'll do crack, I guess. No, dance techno music. Okay. Oh, which one was lowest? I can't remember. Was it cigarettes? Well, let's do 50. Let's do 100, and we'll do $8 in dance techno music. Okay, so I have, only 5 shares. Dance techno music, let's do this. Come on, let's get up, let's get up. The beer's pretty good. Oh no, submachine guns went negative. I lost all my money if I quit now. Come on, come on, get above 0. Okay, I better, I lost all my dance techno music, but that's okay. I have $514 in beer. Okay, let's do submachine guns. Can I enter zeros? Sweet. I'm going to put all my money in submachine guns. 1189. That's a special number. Okay, come on, submachine guns. Oh, that was a risky move and probably not the best. Come on, come on, come on. But I can hack it. If I... can I hack it? I don't know if I can assign variables to... values to variables while it's running, like in modern debuggers. Let's try it out. The stock, the position, we'll add a watch there. What am I looking for? This is the 4th stock. Let me just do this. Let me go to the immediate and say stock 4 equals 500. Subscript out of range. Why? Okay, I guess I can't. We just wait, and I'm going to lose all my money, and I'm not going to wait anymore. Yeah. Sell. What happens if I have no money? Everything into cigarettes. Oh, I have 28 cents. Sure. From my 28 cents, I get 0 shares. Well, what from my 0 shares, I got 0 money. Now what? You have 0 money. Well, of course I can't do anything now. Quit. Okay. Enter your name and I'll bad player. Yeah, I'm not even on the list. Okay. That has been Stock Simulator 3.0. Thanks for joining me in this adventure in old code. Have a nice day, and we will see you next time. Hey folks, wow. I need to fix my explanation of the bubble sort because that was just awful. My suggestion that you go YouTube bubble sort was a horrible suggestion because I'm pretty sure I can do that myself. So let's try. All right. You'll recall what we're trying to do. We're trying to sort 11 names. So I made this little program which demonstrates the bubble sort using 15 names. And we'll figure out why it's called bubble sort afterwards. I mean, I already told you that it's akin to some soda pop or beer and the bubbles and whatever. What does that all mean if you can't see it in real life? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to change this to 15 first. Okay, so what I've got here is a bunch of names. So I took the high score list from Stock Simulator 3.0 and I added 5 more names. Guess where they came from. So there's a whole bunch of random values here. Each person has a random number of dollars between 1 and 1,000. And we're going to want to sort these things. And so this is how the bubble sort works. It looks at pairs of people starting from the top and it goes all the way down. So actually I'm going to, I want some nicer values. Okay, well there's a 34 there. Okay, so what we're going to do is sort them, and we look at pairs. So we look at Tass and Old MacDonald. Now if Old MacDonald, the second player, has more money, then we're going to swap them. And this is what I was trying to indicate in my wonderful explanation. So for this demonstration, names that appear in pink are being compared, and if they get swapped, they're going to change yellow. And they got swapped because Old MacDonald had more money than Tass. So now what the algorithm does is it moves to the next pair, which includes Tass because he's player 2 now. And it's going to look at Tass and Jerry Seinfeld here. Now, do they need swapping? No, because they're already in the correct order. So we move on to the next pair. Do they need swapping? Nope, already in the correct order. Looked at the next pair. Do they? Yeah, they need swapping. Homer only has $34. Cornelius Rooster's 381. So they're going to get swapped. And this is just going to continue. And you can see that now that Homer Simpson, who has $34, he's always going to get swapped because there's no other player that has less money than him. And so after one pass, the lowest number is on the bottom for sure. The rest of the order is still undetermined, but you can see how going down that one pass brings the true lowest number to the bottom. And then we go back up to the top and we do the whole thing again. This is how I did it in Stock Simulator. So we go and, okay, they need swapping. Those guys will need swapping. They'll need swapping. And you can see how Jerry Seinfeld, who apparently is there twice, how did that work? He's going to fall all the way to the bottom because... Now, we don't need to compare Jerry Seinfeld and Homer Simpson, but the way I implemented it in Stock Simulator, we do. So no, they don't need anything. And you can see as the white, oh yeah, I turn them a little bit brighter white when they're in their full final place. Anyway, okay, so then we go again. And we go again. Okay, Zazu and Cinderella had to be swapped. Here, Jerry Seinfeld, I don't know why he's there twice, is going to get swapped with Cinderella because he's got more money. And it's going to continue. And it's going to continue. Oh, Luigi only has $222. Oh, but Yoshi only has $195. So there we go. And we're going to try and compare these guys, but we know that they're in order. And so it continues. And it continues, and it continues. And you can see that if we just let it go, and we do all the iterations, then this becomes a sorted list. So why is it called a bubble sort? The way I implemented it, I went through everything. The whole list every single time. You don't actually have to do that because after the first pass, you are guaranteed the last place is the best, is the final resting place of that person. So what, instead of going through the whole list, I can actually say 16 minus A here. So the first time through, I'm going to go from 2 to 15. The next time through the loop, I'm going to go to 2 to 14. And then 2 to 13, and then 2 to 12, and so on and so forth. And then I've also got some colors here. I'm going to make, when they're in their final place, they're going to be bright red. Okay, let's try this again. And yeah, we do have 2 Jerry Seinfelds. That's crazy. Okay. So again, they're going to be swapped, and they're going to be swapped, and they're going to be swapped. But now, okay, we found the true lowest, Zazu. We're going to go back up. Now, Zazu's turned red because he is actually in his final resting place. Nobody has less money than he does. And so what the bubble sort is supposed to do is now that the next, we don't have to compare Luigi and Zazu. We already know Zazu has less than Luigi. And so we'll continue. Why is this called the bubble sort? If I let it go, you can see the red slowly going up and up and up. Just like some pop or beer, as the bubbles evaporate, the drink part of it moves up. That's why it's called the bubble sort. Anyway, we're going to do this again. Oh yes, we got a lot of 2-digit numbers in here. So let's do it. And you're done. And so that's how you sort with a bubble sort, and that's the demonstration, what it's doing. Looking at pairs and swapping them, if you need to. So thank you very much for sticking it out with me. I apologize for the awful explanation, but maybe the video antics made up for that. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time for more adventures in old code.